What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and welcome to another Cool Tech episode where we take a look at all of the cool, new, and unique products that I've received in the office over the last couple months, from new smartphones, new laptops that were first unveiled at CES, some additional tools that I've added to my workflow, and also Apple's latest releases. So today, we're taking a look at a lot. So as always, if you want to win an item from this video, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, leave a comment down below with your Instagram username so we can contact you. And before we get started, here are a look at some of the recent giveaway winners that we just announced. We have a lot to cover, so let's just go ahead and hop right into it. So this right here is the Framework 16 laptop, and I've checked out some of their products in the past, including the original Framework laptops, as well as the desktop and the Framework 16 now. But honestly, their latest two products, I believe, are much more versatile, and it's built up to the essence of what you'd actually want to customize in your computer to make it future-proof. Specifically, you can upgrade the GPU and have expansion elements beyond just being able to customize the typical, such as ports, the keyboard layout, and also have some fun with the colors as well. And in this case, you have a computer that is built for performance and flexibility, and it's very user upgradable, whether you have a little bit of experience with this stuff or plenty of experience over the years. It's made out of a CNC machined aluminum with a reinforced magnesium base. When it comes to the CPU, it is powered by the AMD Ryzen AI 300 series processor. This right here has the RTX 5070 route, and you're able to upgrade it up to 10 terabytes of internal storage and 96 gigabytes of memory. The display is a 2560 by 1600 resolution, 16-inch, 16:10 aspect ratio with a fast 165 Hz refresh rate and 500 nits of brightness, and honestly, it is a great looking screen. And on top of that, when it comes to customizability that you can see on this side, I've got a single normal keyboard layout with two spacers, but you also have the choice to expand it to like a number pad, for example. And when it comes to the ports, I've gone through all of the different options of having Ethernet, HDMI, DisplayPort, expandable storage, SD card slot, and so much more, and that is really what makes the Framework experience. But as you can see, being able to change out your GPU is revolutionary, and on top of that, I think this is going to be very popular amongst developers who want to be able to test out their software designs on the latest chips and really be able to evaluate the performance as the trends and hardware continues to change all the time with existing laptop hardware. So Apple's had a very busy start to 2026. You've got the Apple Studio Display XDR, you have a new round of MacBook Pros, you've got the new MacBook Air, the MacBook Neo, the iPhone 17e, and the new AirPods Max. And that is a lot to work through, and we are chipping away at it, but probably one of the most exciting releases for a lot of people is the Apple Studio Display XDR. And I've been testing it out for a little bit, and honestly, it checks all of the boxes in terms of what you expected from an update, essentially except for the fact that it's not available in a 32-inch model. It is a new mini LED technology with over 2,000 dimming zones. And for reference, the Pro Display XDR at the moment has 576 dimming zones. So especially when you take a look at high contrast situations, the sharpness and like the blooming is a lot more improved on the new Studio Display XDR. It's also got 120 Hz ProMotion, Thunderbolt 5, and daisy chain capability, and it has a peak brightness of 2000 nits in HDR. It's got the tilt and height adjustable stand included, so you don't have to buy that separately. It's got a center stage webcam, 6 speakers, which sounds significantly better than before, so you don't really necessarily need an external speaker. And it's also powered by an A19 Pro Bionic chip, which is actually technically more powerful than what you have on the MacBook Neo. It's still expensive at the end of the day, but I do feel like for those who are looking to invest in a great display, and for those who are working in spaces where having the best color accuracy and the best representation is important, especially in arts, then it can be worth it in the long run. So this is the new Sony WF-1000 XM6 earbuds, and it is the latest successor to what was already perhaps one of the best active noise canceling earbuds on the market. It is essentially side by side in the lineup with the WH-1000 XM6 headphones, which are essentially an industry standard now when it comes to the best active noise canceling headphones and sound quality. These are really in the premium end. They're meant to curate to those who want the very best when it comes to active noise cancellation, and it's been improved even further with 25% better ANC than the previous model. It's 11% slimmer, and it's even got an improved driver that gives you better clarity and an enhanced 32-bit audio processing for high-resolution audio. With the new QN3E processor with 8 microphones, it also gives you better call quality and noise reduction because it does pick up its ambient sound through the microphones. But on top of all that, what makes it the total package beyond having the best sound quality and active noise cancellation and beautiful design is the fact that you still get 8 hours of battery life through the earbuds and an additional 24 hours with the case. The only drawback that I have is that they are on the larger side. So if they're not properly sized in your ears, they do have a bigger risk of falling out. But personally, they work for me, and I think the sound quality is exceptional. So this right here is the Dreame FP10 Air Purifier. I've had some of the Dreame Air Purifiers in the past, and I have many of them around my house, but this is specifically good for people with pets. In fact, one of its coolest features is that it actually has an attachment that can serve as a scale for your small cat or dog to be able to weigh your pet at any time. Beyond that, it is also amazing when it comes to capturing airborne pet hair thanks to the Loop Boost airflow technology. Instead of waiting for particles to drift in, there's a negative pressure system that actively pulls floating hair and dander towards the intake. And it's almost like a robot vacuum, but for the air. That's why it's 22 times more efficient at hair capture. And it has 360 self-cleaning, long-lasting purification with a roller brush that is actively cleaning the filter and capturing all of the hair particles in a visible chamber that you could see. The Catafresh odor removal formula is also able to eliminate any sort of common pet odors with a removal rate of 99.9%, and as a purifier itself, it is a 4-stage HEPA filtration that traps 99.97% of particles for fresher air. The maintenance-free filter not only cleans itself, but it also prevents that clogged filter smell, and it maintains 100% of suction power without you having to spend a bunch of money on regular filter replacements. It's amazing to have a device that not only serves the purpose of an air purifier, which I already use, but also something that actively captures all of the hair as well. I feel like for any pet owner out there, you have to deal with a lot of fur and sometimes odors. And I would say in the case where Cashew sleeps in the bedroom with us, there's quite a bit of fur just circulating around. So having an air purifier like this that specializes in capturing that fur and stores it in one place, and I feel like that is a great multi-purpose accessory to have in your smart home. So this right here is the new ASUS Zenbook Duo for 2026. I personally find myself using an external display a lot of the times when I'm on the go, and I like to have it above the main screen, and it's really made me realize why this form factor makes a lot of sense. This year's model features improvements across the board. Specifically, when you take a look at the design, it has been a lot more refined. It is made out of Ceraluminum, which is present throughout the entire flagship ASUS lineup. So that means it is light, it's durable, it also looks super clean. It has the new design emblem as well, but they've also refined the hinge to make it even slimmer, but it also just looks cleaner altogether. Whether it is folded up like a normal laptop or in the dual screen mode, everything about it just looks a lot more clean and refined, which seems to be, again, the design language that ASUS has trended towards. When it comes to displays, it features two 14-inch 3K 144Hz ASUS Lumina Pro OLED displays. So it's a zero compromise experience with the same display, top and bottom, high quality, amazing colors, because this is a product that is geared towards creatives. And with a peak brightness of 1000 nits and a new anti-reflective coating, Those are additional improvements that I think a lot of people will appreciate. I see this as being the ultimate tool for photo and video editors. Having the second screen just unleashes the productivity on the go. And when it comes to the processor, it features the Intel Core Ultra X9 Series 3 with the Intel Arc graphics, and you can spec it up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. To be able to have so much power, display, and versatility in a computer on the go is impressive, and that is why it is one of my favorite ASUS models at the moment. So on this channel, we talk a lot about general technology, whether it is computers, smartphones, game consoles, and TVs. And if you're making the investment on the latest and greatest tech that you plan to use for many years down the road, you obviously want to protect yourself. And so Walmart Canada offers an extended warranty program for eligible laptops, TVs, and desktop computers. It protects against general wear and tear, defects, and accidents on your valuable TVs and computers. And it's especially important after the manufacturer warranty ends, which typically with all devices that we check out is about 1 year, which is not nearly as long as some of the lifespans of some of these devices. It's one of those things that you don't really have to think about, but when you do need it, you're glad you have it. Walmart is a trusted one-stop shop for both purchasing the latest and greatest laptops, TVs, desktops, and the protection to go along with it. So if you guys want to go ahead and check it out for yourself, I'm going to drop a link down below. So I was looking to replace my main keyboard on my editing desk, and I came across the new Lofree Flow 2. It just kind of matches the aesthetic of everything that I was going for, and I'm just waiting for the day that Apple makes a small-sized keyboard in black keys with either a gray or silver finish. But this was the closest I could get right now. It is a 75% layout with 84 keys, has illumination, and you also have your function keys on the top, which is what I personally prefer, and which is why I haven't gone for a 65% keyboard for my main setup. But it has a unibody design that is milled out of a single block of aluminum, but on the side, you have a little touch-sensitive bar that is for adjusting volume and brightness. And I thought that to be a pretty cool feature that I did use here and there. When it comes to the actual typing experience, I would say it was pretty solid, but it did take me a little bit of getting used to. It has the new low profile cloud series of switches, and I mean, it definitely wasn't my favorite out there. I would say I had a mixed experience from it. My typing accuracy was not as good, but with anything, over time, you can kind of get used to it. But compared to like a custom mode keyboard or just using my Apple keyboard, because I do type on my MacBook a lot, I just found the adjustment period was taking a bit longer than necessary. If you're looking for a solid 75% keyboard with wireless connectivity options, which is something that my Mode keyboard doesn't have, this is a pretty good option at a fraction of the price. And I also like the fact that it has that little touch control on the side that is actually handy. So this is the Inmo GO 3 Everyday AI Glasses, and it's meant to be the future of everyday vision and deliver amazing AI features that are practical, can enhance your life without having all of the stylistic drawbacks. And when it comes to the AI features, it has executions such as writing, summarizing, recording conversations, and it can also do deep search, internet, and give you accessible information that you might need at any given time. And when it comes to navigation, it actually utilizes here to be able to give you real-time maps and display them on the Inmo GO 3s. It is also able to translate 78 different languages, so if you're visiting a different country and don't know how to speak the language, it is able to give you that live translation function, which I feel like is a very important use of AI for a lot of people. You can also pair the glasses with the Inmo Mini speaker to help facilitate conversations and playback translations instantly. I also find it very handy that there's a teleprompter function built into these. And if you pair it with the Inmo Ring, you're able to control it subtly and have all of the teleprompted information displayed on the screen in front of you. I know for a lot of people, this is a very useful application of AI glasses. And it's also got a charging case with 2 small swappable batteries that you're able to detach and attach to the glasses themselves, which just makes it that much easier not having to have any sort of annoying charging mechanism, or in some cases, cables sticking out. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out the Inmo GO 3s for yourself, I'm going to drop a link down below. So this is the Honor Magic V6, and we followed along the whole lineup of Honor products and specifically their foldable phones for quite a few years now. And it's been a constant race of trying to be the thinnest foldable phone on the market. This right here comes in at 9mm in the red color, but the white color comes in at 8.75mm. When it's opened, it's 4.1mm, but I feel like what matters at the end of the day, because the micromillimeters don't, is the actual performance, the specs, the display, and on top of that, the battery life. Because when it does come to a smartphone that has a traditionally larger display, multiple screens, that is where processing power and battery does kind of come together in delivering a full experience. And in this latest generation, it is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor. It's also got a significantly larger battery at 6,660 milliamp hours compared to 5,820 from the year before, while still remaining incredibly thin, which I don't really know where they were able to add that extra 600 milliamp hours within the architecture of the device. It's also got improved charging at 80 watts wired and 66 wireless. And as always, the 7.95 display looks great, has really nice contrast, and they've also reduced the crease allegedly by about 44%. That is something that I find when it comes to most use cases over the past few years, the best foldable phones have been able to achieve. But on top of that, I feel like Honor's hardware is continuously very solid with the metal bands that go around the edge, the camera raised on the back on one singular platform, and in this case, a very special limited red color that I believe is only available overseas. It's still got a triple camera design with two of them being a 50 megapixel resolution and the periscope camera being 66 megapixels. So a very solid zoom range. And when you take a look at the total package here, where Honor and Oppo are head to head and trying to make the thinnest foldable phone, I mean, I feel like Honor's got a very compelling case here, and I'm just waiting for my Oppo N6 to arrive. So in these episodes, I like to sprinkle in a little bit of what I've picked up recently or what I've discovered and added to my workflow. This right here is the Shure MV7 Plus. Previously, the SM7B was like the industry standard for podcasts, and it still is. But to be honest, I had one before and I needed to have a preamp, a gain booster, and that's quite a few moving parts. So I asked around and looked into some of the microphones, and even though I thought about going back to the SM7B, but when I realized there was the MV7 Plus, I gave it a try, and honestly, it sounds amazing. It has both the option of using the XLR and the USB, but most importantly, the software has also improved significantly as well, with having improved voice isolation technology, real-time denoiser, and improved auto level, along with a plosive removal, which is probably the biggest issue that I've had with microphones, just based on the way I naturally talk. And I feel like after testing this mic out and giving it a chance, it is really, really good when it comes to the sound quality and like the radio style that I was going for. So here is an example. The Bang & Olufsen Premier Soundbar, where frequency meets form. Crafted from pearl-blasted aluminium, Bang & Olufsen's latest soundbar is precision engineered to deliver spatial audio that surrounds you from every angle. So if you guys saw, I recently made a video about the Lexon Jeff Koons dog speaker, and I just thought it was really cool because speakers have increasingly become a form of art and technology, and a lot of those intersects have happened within that space. This is definitely a very unique approach. It is a collaboration between Lexon and Jeff Koons, and they've somehow been able to engineer these speaker elements into the original Jeff Koons dog design, which obviously is a very iconic piece that can't be changed. And so this shows all of the engineering in its entirety of the speaker elements. It is a Bluetooth connectivity. You've got the USB Type-C on the back here. You've even got the little like volume control on the nose. It's got 6 speakers in total, as well as 4 acoustic boosters and up to a 10-hour battery life. So you can bring this anywhere you want, use it, charge it up afterwards, and maybe have it on display like I do. So I just thought it was very clever. When it comes to sound quality, is it anything impressive? Not really, but it's kind of a collector's item that you can hold for a while. It seems to be holding value pretty nicely, And I think it's a pretty cool design piece as someone who loves translucent tech where you can kind of see everything. So this is a Xiaomi 17 Ultra, and I'm always really excited to check out the latest and greatest from Xiaomi because when it comes to cameras, if you saw my comparison last year, it is usually always down to Xiaomi or Vivo, and they continue to go head to head when it comes to different categories of being the best smartphone camera in the market. So it's a very exciting time. And in this latest camera, you have a 1-inch sensor on the 50 megapixel main camera, as well as a 200 megapixel sensor on the zoom, a 50 megapixel f2.2 14mm ultra-wide camera, and also a 50 megapixel front-facing camera with autofocus. So it is really a stacked camera setup that will deliver amazing performance across the board, no matter what focal length. I mean, take a look at the photos for yourself. The results are incredible, whether it is in regular light or low light situations, and of course, when it comes to the zoom, that is where the Ultra models really shine. And with the 6800 milliamp hour battery, you also have 90 watts of wired charging and 50 watts of wireless charging speed. And I also really like the flat and boxy design, both on the edge and the front display, that is just much easier to grip. So it is a phone that is definitely not the thinnest, but it has all of the latest and greatest specs, good batteries, and of course, centered around camera performance across the board. So this right here is the Hoto Edgeflow, and I've been building up my tool collection in the house ever since I noticed I was doing a little bit more handyman stuff here and there. Still not very much, but I've been picking up sets of tools from Hoto and Milwaukee and figuring out how I can use them and not have to call my handyman every time. But this is just another product from the Hoto lineup, which, if you didn't know, just has like very well-designed products that don't really look like tools. They're just beautiful. And this is a product that did catch my eye because I have a lot of cardboard. All the tech products arriving, it's constantly cardboard after cardboard, and having to flatten all that stuff takes a lot of time. And so I didn't think I needed this tool, but when I saw it, I figured I would give it a try and see what I think. And here's just a quick example. There's kind of like a safety release here. There's also a button on the side and a boost button on the top. And just like that, I cut through the piece of cardboard and there's nothing much I really have to say. There's a little indicator on the top with the battery levels and all that kind of stuff. And you also have a USB Type-C on the bottom, but it also has the ability to sharpen itself just by like flicking the switch here and running it. And it's pretty self-explanatory. I did find it to be a little bit expensive for what it was, but if you guys saw the amount of cardboard that we have to deal with on a daily basis, this saves plenty of time. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, make sure you go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I mean, it's been a very exciting start to the year. And with the mix of products that we expect to see come out, as well as ones that surprise us along the way, I mean, that's what the tech industry is all about. So that pretty much wraps it up for this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one.